Hey there. This song reflects from a time a long, long time ago, about 20 years old, when going to bars, being in college, staying up late at night was just the norm. Called After 20 Beers. Well, it was about midnight. I was sitting in a bar, talking to this woman that I never seen before. It seemed we talked about people, we talked about wars, we talked about our love life, but then again I'm not exactly sure. You see, it's 20 beers later when strangers become friends. Nothing really matters, it's like beginning life again. Funny how just a short time can make us feel so close, like being together a lifetime and sharing each other's jokes. Well, we talked about our problems, we cried about our fears, we sang about our loneliness and toasted to meeting here. Her face looked so pretty, I heard music in the air. I asked her if she liked to dance, she said yes and pleasantly stared. Well, we felt a little silly, I could feel her heartbeat fast. We were holding on with one arm while the other was pouring another glass. You see, it's 20 beers later when strangers become friends. Nothing really matters, it's like beginning life again. Well, we dance like angels, we move like a cloud, occasionally swallowing beer and laughing right out loud. When the song finally ended, we fell into a wet kiss. It caught us by surprise as some beer rolled down our wrist. You see, it's 20 beers later when strangers become friends. Nothing really matters, it's like beginning life again. A voice said, the bar is closing. The night it seemed so young. The jukebox was frozen and the moon, it looked like the sun. Well, we walked to keep things going. You put your head close to my chest, holding on for balance and just holding close, I guess. The air night felt crisp and clean, the wind kept slow our pace. The morning star began to appear as shadows etched our face. Well, things began to feel different. There were voices in our head. Laughter became harder and we forgot how things said. Like coming out of a dream, not knowing who you are, feeling like a stranger inside an empty bar. You see, it's 20 beers later when strangers become friends. Nothing really matters, it's like beginning life again. Well, the sun came like an answer. We stood and held each other tight, squeezing into memories of the time measured through the night. It's funny how we look like strangers, the reflections from our eyes, such lines of loneliness more than words could summarize. Well, we briefly talked about the evening. We stared at the morning dawn. We awkwardly smiled and said farewell. Then the next second, we were both gone. You see, it's 20 beers later when strangers become friends. Nothing really matters, it's like beginning life again. You see, it's 20 beers later when strangers become friends. Nothing really matters, it's like beginning life again. "20 years old, 20 beers.